Hey everybody, welcome back to Brainiac Baseball's 1983 Detroit Tigers season replay. Today's matchup is between the Detroit Tigers and the Baltimore Orioles at Memorial Stadium. On the mound for the Tigers today is Jack Morris, whose record is 10-3 with a 3.05 ERA. And pitching for the Orioles today is El Presidente, Dennis Martinez, whose record is 6-8 with a 5.09 ERA. So we finished up the month of June like little Tiger Cubs. We lost 4-0 to a no-name pitcher, Tom Klowitter. And we couldn't get a run across the board against the left-hander. It was an embarrassing way to finish out a terrible month in which we went 11-16 and essentially gave up the lead in the American League East. So we head to Baltimore today to start a 4-game series against Baltimore. And the way we've been playing, I hate to think negative, but if they swept us, they would be one game within reach of us. So things are not looking good for the Tigers. We did do our league leaders and standings video yesterday. Feel free to check that out if you like. It's a nice summary of the season so far. And let's go ahead and move along to game one of the first games of the series here against the Orioles. We do have the All-Star game coming up next week, it looks like. That game is played at Comiskey Park in Chicago. So that should be a fun game. We have Jack Morris on the mound. The current Oriole lineup is batting .310 against him. Youch. He's coming off a complete game shutout, I believe. We could double check that. And all of the bullpen is available with the exception of Jerry Uger, who pitched 3 innings in relief yesterday. And don't forget, we have Howard Bailey in short relief, who has yet to make his major league debut. Here's our lineup versus Dennis Martinez. Lou Whitaker already listed as tired, so we've taken him out of the ball game. We have Doug Baker in there at second base. He's been a pretty good replacement in these situations. Let's go ahead and do the lineup rundown for the Tigers. Batting leadoff, playing shortstop, playing center field, is Rickey Henderson. Batting second, playing shortstop, is Alan Trammell. Batting third and DHing is Greg Brock. Batting cleanup, playing third base, is Mickey Hatcher. Batting fifth, playing first base, is Eddie Murray. Batting sixth and catching is Terry Kennedy. Batting seventh in right field is Glenn Wilson. Batting eighth in left field is Kirk Gibson. And batting ninth, playing second base, is Doug Baker. Let's take a look at Dennis Martinez, making his 18th start on the season. He's 6-8 with a 5.09 ERA, 73 strikeouts in 115 innings pitched. Opponents are batting .255 against him. He's got 4 complete games and a shutout. That shutout was against Detroit. His fastball tops out at 88 miles an hour. His ground ball percentage is 46.5. He's got 5 pitches in his arsenal. Only 2 are any good. That's this hard curve crossed with his fastball. He does have a sinking fastball that's just below the league average. Overall, the 29-year-old right-hander is rated an 89, and he goes to free agency at the end of this season. Taking a look at his log, yeah, there's the May 3rd. That was the complete game shutout against Detroit, and then we can advance to June 4th, where he took a loss, going 8 and giving up 3 runs. And then he went 5 2/3, giving up 8 runs on 8 hits on June 21st, and he got the no decision in that game. So, okay, let's take a look at the Orioles' defense for today's game. They have John Castino back from injury at third base, and tomorrow they get Rick Manning to play center field, so LeFlore will be back on the bench. Okay, here's Rickey Henderson leading off against Dennis Martinez. Has a home run against him in his career. Rickey Henderson in a huge slump. Hey, base hit, blown right past the shortstop Yount, and Henderson on first. I believe Smith has an 84 arm. Yeah, we just saw that. I want to double check. Man, I am not feeling good about stolen bases right now. We're going to hit and run with Trammell. Trammell batting .304 versus righties. Line drive to right. Get down. It's going to be caught. Oh, no, and he gets doubled off first. Oh, no, that is probably a sign from the baseball gods that this is not going to be in our favor today. I guess I should have stole second base. A single from Brock gets us that runner back at least. And we'll leave it up to Mickey Hatcher to keep the little rally going here. Popping it straight up on the infield. Almost directly on second base, caught by Yount. So we get 2 hits in the inning, leave a runner stranded. We go to the bottom of the first. Let's take a look at the Orioles lineup for today's game. Batting leadoff in left field is Alan Bannister. Batting second, playing second base is Wayne Krenchicki. Batting third and DHing is Greg Luzinski. Batting cleanup, playing first base is Jim Traber. Batting fifth, playing third base is John Castino. Batting sixth, playing shortstop is Robin Yount. Batting seventh in right field is Ken Singleton. Batting eighth in center field is Ron LeFlore. And batting ninth and catching today is Ray Smith. We've got Jack Morris on the mound, making his 17th start, 10-3 with a 3.05 ERA, looking sharp with that second shutout on the season in his last start. 80 Ks and 115 innings pitched. His fastball tops out at 94 miles an hour. His ground ball percentage is 43.8. His splitter is his best pitch. It's rated a 94. His fastball is a 90. And his slider also above average at 82. Overall, he is rated an 85. The 28-year-old righty goes to free agency next year. Looking at the log, let's start down the list here. May 5th, he got the win, going 7 1/3 against Baltimore. And June 3rd, he got the loss, only giving up 2 runs on 9 hits. Taking the loss there, and so he's 1-1 against the Orioles this season. Here's the Tigers defense today. We've got Gold Glovers at first and center field today. Here's Alan Bannister leading off against Jack Morris. Sharply hit ball to Baker. Makes the easy play, 1 down. Next up, Wade Krenchicki, 3 for 7 in his career against Jack Morris. Sharply hit ground ball to third. Out number 2. That will leave it up to the Bull. Greg Luzinski, base hit up the middle. Luzinski having a fine year, batting .297 now with 15 home runs. Pretty solid. Here's Eddie Murray's replacement, Jim Traber, co-leader with 15 home runs. A ground ball to Trammell, and he goes to second to make the play. So we go to the top of the second inning, no score. Here is Eddie Murray leading off against Dennis Martinez. A comebacker to El Presidente. Underhands it to first. There's 1 down. That's going to bring up Terry Kennedy. Kennedy had such a hot start, but has really fallen off. Average now under 308. Takes strike 3 looking. First strikeout for Martinez. 2 down. Here's Glenn Wilson, and a base hit for Glenn Wilson. He's been a nice surprise this year. That is the 3rd Tigers hit of the game, and Kirk Gibson comes to the plate with 2 down. Wilson on first, and a wild pitch moves Wilson into scoring position. Let's see if Gibby's got an RBI in him here. 1-2 count, and he takes strike 3 looking. We have completely lost the clutch gene that we had through the first month and a half of the season. We go to the bottom of the second inning. John Castino leading off against Jack Morris. Castino missed a little over a month with an injury, and that gave a chance for Doug DeCinces to come up and play third base. He only managed to bat .195 in that month period, as Yount hits a comebacker to Morris. 2 quick outs. That will bring up Kenny Singleton. Singleton 6 for 15 with a home run against Jack, and Morris walks him. Runner on first. Here's Ron LeFlore. He's on the verge of losing his job. Sharply hit, ground ball to third, and Hatcher makes the play. We go to the top of the third inning. We've got Baker, Henderson, and Trammell due up. Here's Doug Baker. It's been a good surprise for us this year, batting .294. No home runs, only 2 RBI. Pops it up to second. 1 down. We're back to Henderson, who led the game off with a base hit and then got thrown out trying to get back to first on a line drive. All right, 2 down as Henderson strikes out. Wow, I just realized that Singleton out there in right field has gone from a 68 to a 65, and he won the Gold Glove last year. That's ridiculous. Wow. Another strikeout. That's 4 Ks for Martinez. Tigers are looking horrible. We blew it, and it's like you get one shot, like Eminem says, and we've puked up mom's spaghetti. Here's Ray Smith. Line drive into center field. 1 down. Back to Alan Bannister. He strikes out looking. That's only the first strikeout for Morris. Morris is in the top 10 in strikeouts this season, and that is only his first for today. Wayne Krenchicki hits a pop-up into foul territory on the first base side, right near the railing. And Baker comes a long way to make the catch there. We go to the top of the 4th inning. Here's the Brock Nest monster, Greg Brock, batting .327, 11 home runs, and he strikes out looking. Another. How many of them have been watching it go by? I think all of them but one. Oh well, now we got one. So that's 4 consecutive strikeouts for Dennis Martinez. Let's see if he can get his former teammate, Eddie Murray. Nope, ground ball to second. Well, I mean, there's no score in the ball game, so we're going to try to stay positive, but all signs are pointing to us dropping right out of this race as Greg Luzinski steps up and gaps it into left center field. They're going to double out of that. 17th double on the season. Okay, so yeah, I mean, I think we have to really, I mentioned during yesterday's June summary that we will likely have to make a decision by the All-Star break. Pass ball, moving him to third. We'll pull the infield in. Not that it's going to do us any good. He didn't get the double and a pass ball to not score, so we know that. A line drive to third. Wow. I thought Luzinski might actually get doubled off there. We'll pull the infield in again. That's a good play by Hatcher. He's having a terrible year defensively, like like Major League Baseball history worse third base fielding percentage. There's the RBI. We knew that was coming. Nothing we could do about that. That's what is that? 12 and a third innings in a row that Morris did not give up a run. So I guess we don't have a lot to complain about. And now they're going to open it up on us. We're going to guard the lines, maybe try to get a double play here with Ken Singleton. He's got a 56 speed. Yep. So yeah, I mean, we really we're going to be sellers. There's no doubt about it in my mind. We have so many players that are going to free agency at the end of the year. A 3-run home run by LeFlore. This game is over. So yeah, I mean, this is maybe, you know, we could go all in, as we've already blown. I mean, yeah, there's nothing we could do here. Yeah, I mean, we could go all in, but I mean, what's it really going to prove at this point, you know? So the Orioles get 8 runs on Jack Morris in that inning. So this game is done. That is like the only thing about, well, there's many things I don't like about this game, is probably as many things that I don't like as I do like. But when things like that happen, it just takes out all the strategy in controlling your team. You may as well just be a button pusher and, you know, just keep pressing the button and either they're out. It makes me feel like either it's an out or a hit, and there's no other strategy that you can utilize that's going to make a difference. So now we have not scored in, 14 innings in a row. So our biggest mistake this game was not having Henderson steal and having him get doubled off. I mean, that was really the catalyst for us getting blown up. In a sense, it's like the momentum shift in something that we hadn't even played a half inning yet. So, yeah, they're stealing up 8. Like that makes any sense. That's 11 runs given up by Morris today. That kind of negates the 2 shutouts, doesn't it? We're going to bring in Howard Bailey now that we have a lefty. He's going to make his major league debut. He's been a starter his whole career, but we're down so many arms now. So we may as well give him a shot. Kennedy with a base hit. Glenn Wilson with a garbage time home run. Number 11 absolutely means nothing, but maybe that'll get him player of the game, I guess. The weird thing is, like, this happened last year. It's happened every year, actually. And, you know, I don't know how to prevent it. Like, we did suffer a lot of injuries. We lost Trammell. We lost Henderson last year. And this year, we've lost some pitching. But all of our bullpen got destroyed. Not because of injury, but because of ineffectiveness. And it's like the game almost determined that with our, 3.25 ERA, that our team ERA should be more around 4.50. And, just kept piling it on. So, I don't know. As Bailey walks in a run because of an error. Bruce Sutter comes in. Mickey Hatcher. Caught at the wall. Hit it as far as you could. Bottom of the 8th, we're going to have Bailey finish this off. There's no point in wasting our other bullpen arms. $15 hits from the Orioles. Let's make it 16. Make it 17. And a grand slam. A grand slam with a guy with 69 power. Oh, this is awesome. Let's see what happens next. (18-2). Oh, Glenn Wilson definitely is sewing up the player of the game. That is a double. It is his 8th double of the season. Oops. And there we go. So Tigers lose 18-2. And yep, we're out of first place for the first time this whole season. We've lost 3 in a row. Our team ERA now up almost to 4. What is that? So that's 40. So 76 run differential now. That's kind of crazy. And what are we? Only 16 games, 15 games above 500. So, I mean, oh, man. Yankees have won 6 in a row. Oh, isn't it odd that our 3 closest opponents have all had huge winning streaks while we're losing? I don't think so. All right. Headline news. Baltimore wins. Transactions, nothing. Let's pull up the box score, get out of here. Yeah, that's going to be player of the game for Wilson. Jack Morris gives up 11 runs. We're definitely not going to give him player of the game. And yeah, so yeah, double. I mean, he had 4. He went 4 for 4. He had 4 of the 7 hits. How is it all of our great hitters, everybody's batting over 250, and we managed 7 hits. We couldn't get anything against Dennis Martinez for 2 games in a row, basically. At least I can understand losing to Dennis Martinez. I mean, he is, one of the better pitchers of this era. I mean, Jack Morris is too, but he was due to get his a market correction for his ERA. He was down to 3.05 ERA. He has, in real life, he had a career 3.90 ERA, and he's in the Hall of Fame. So a 3.05 ERA is not something he's going to have at the end of this season. So I don't mind Luzinski giving up the 2 home runs. Ron LeFlore, a 200 hitter, and Wayne Krenchicki with a grand slam. I mean, come on. That is frustrating. So we're going to come back tomorrow. Game 2 of the 3-game series. Until then, everyone, have a great night.